This reporter places the blame for all of this squarely on you, the viewers.
Would you say we'd be venturing into a zone of danger?
It doesn't matter what you think.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Bryan Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions, and I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 92. I'm Bryan.
I'm Spencer.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, that's all right. I forgot to turn a knob, so
it was quiet there for a second for
yeah,
everybody?
Yeah.
But we're back?
No, just for us.
Just for us, oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
What? No one's watching this.
No, but
wait, are you live?
No, I'm listening, though.
Oh.
I can still thank them for
Wait, but are you streaming
joining.
live?
No.
Oh.
But you can watch this
Later
on YouTube or
all right,
Facebook.
I just,
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at the Our Take Pod. TheOurTakePodcast.com as well.
Nice.
Everything there.
I forgot that we're too afraid to go live now because we mess up all the time.
Well, it's long.
Yeah.
If someone watched our entire stream live, that'd be awesome.
I'd give them a gold medal.
It's a long, sometimes we go for 2.5 hours.
I don't have a gold medal, so I won't actually give that to anybody.
It is August the 2nd, 2020. On this day in history, the Second Congo War begins.
Oh, no.
What year?
19...
It's close. You're there. Warm?
60,
No.
70, 80. I have no idea.
1998.
Oh.
Listen to this. This is disturbing. The deadliest war in Africa. The war and its aftermath has killed an estimated 5.4 million
Wait,
people.
is that what Hotel Rwanda is based on, or is that something different?
No, that's in Rwanda. We're in Congo here.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
The war started with a mutiny in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and soon involved 9 African nations. Maybe Rwanda was part of them. I don't know. It lasted for 5 years. Isn't that crazy?
Man. Well, at least we're not the only country that has ridiculous wars for...
5.4 million?
That's insane.
That's Holocaust numbers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's... Jeez. Well, I was hoping to not...
Let me...
No,
okay.
it's fine. So, real quick, I'm gonna shoot you over a link.
Okay.
So I was perusing. Is that a word?
Perusing is a word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook the other day. Go ahead and open that link there, and I saw someone. It's Jake McFarland's wife,
Becca. Yeah.
Do they listen or do they just?
Well, Jake does. I mean,
All
I don't
right,
know if
all
Becca
right,
does.
all
But,
right.
I mean, Jake's been on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Esquire. Jake McFarland, Esquire.
I know. Remember he stole all our equipment and we couldn't do an episode for 6 weeks.
That's true.
And anyway, so go ahead and scroll down. You haven't changed to Facebook After Dark yet? Or whatever it's called.
Dark.
The dark version?
mode? No.
Yeah, just scroll down. Okay, now stop.
Stop.
So I see a post and it says, "Does anyone else feel like drowning?" And I see the picture. That's all I read. And who do you think that is right away?
Jesus.
Okay. Because I thought it was Aquaman.
All right. Fair enough.
Who did this elaborate painting of Aquaman?
I mean, it could be. I don't see his tattoos, but the water is.
Yeah.
It could be Aquaman.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Sometimes some episode we should get into what Jesus actually looked like.
Why don't we talk about it now?
Well, because I haven't done a bunch of research.
We don't need to.
Oh.
What did Jesus actually teach? Wow, that's what popped up, really? He taught you to love everybody. I mean, if you just want to... All right, this one is the most common one I've seen in terms of...
Well, that is the one that I think is composited from the remains that were found under the shroud...
The Shroud of Turin?
Of Turin, or in the tomb. So
I thought that this was just based on an Arab man 2,000 years ago.
I don't...
Should we go to the
I
website?
don't think so.
Currently making reconstruction. Oh, come on. what being called the reconstruction is actually more than a decade old, but it recently started doing the rounds again.
Yeah, it's a reconstruction.
But of what? Let's find out.
There's
Demonstrate. Average Judean person in the first century of the Common Era might
Right.
have looked like. So this one isn't from the Shroud of Turin.
Oh.
If anything, the Shroud of Turin looked more like the American rendering.
Oh.
That's weird. It looked like this one here.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna because it just looks like somebody cut it out and put it there.
Have you heard the story?
I'm gonna
of this
take
one?
that and I'm gonna go put it in all the LDS churches.
It does. So what Spencer's talking about is
That's
this
not
one.
Jesus.
What Spencer's talking about is they took the Arab man rendering, which is a man with a beard and short hair, dark skin, dark hair,
Kind of goofy looking.
brown eyes, and they put it on the Mormon Jesus picture, which is the crimson robe with the white tunic, and they put his head on it.
Who's that over there on the? That looks like the Rock. Who's that over there on the?
Where?
Right there. Up,
This-
up. No, other side.
Over here? Oh,
Yeah.
that does look like the Rock. Okay, have you heard the story behind this one?
No.
This Jesus. So,
Super white Jesus.
what was that show called? It was a near-death experience
White
show.
Jesus.
It had Greg Kinnear, and he plays a preacher, whose son, he has some sort of ailment and has a near-death experience in the hospital. Okay, and a girl across the world also had a near-death experience. And when she woke
Heaven
up,
is real.
Heaven is real, yes. When the girl woke up from her near-death experience, she wasn't an artist at all, but she painted this portrait here that looks, it looks in between the two. It looks in between the Mormon Jesus.
Well, this looked like Jesus had a blowout or something. Like he had
right,
his hair.
his feathery hair.
Yeah, it's not
but it's
long.
not. But it's not red, and his eyes aren't necessarily blue.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, but what is it called? The movie? This is
Heaven.
Heaven is real. What happens in the movie is the boy wakes up from his near-death experience, and like a few months later, maybe years later, I can't remember. They're scrolling through pictures, and he's still young. He's a young boy, and they come across this picture that the girl painted across the world, and he's like, "That's who I saw."
Oh.
So, from a spiritual standpoint, a lot of people think that this is how Jesus looks now, because that's who this young girl and
after Jesus ascends into heaven,
he cuts his hair.
He cuts his hair and turns into a white.
He takes off the robe,
Right.
and
And
he
he
turns
has
into a white. Is that what you said?
Yeah. And then he speaks English.
I wonder what this one is though, because is this like, it almost looks like an old like fresco. Wow, that's weird. I don't know where I am now. I clicked on the wrong thing.
I think this is a terrorism site or something, isn't it?
You know, I did have devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Okay. I do believe that Jesus the man was a Judean born in, he was an Arab,
Right.
Middle Eastern 2,000 years ago. However, if you believe in the virgin story, we don't know what God the Father looks like.
Oh, that's true.
If God the Father is Aryan and his seed is with Mary,
It seems like we would hear about that
Then he would
more
have
in the Bible, though, right? Because people would be like, "Who
who's this white
is
kid?
this white guy?"
Who is this white guy?
And yeah, he was pasty.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my working theory from the spiritual side. Is, well, you know what? I bet you he did look like an Arab. However, just for argument's sake, what if God the Father is Aryan? Then he'd be a mix. He'd be a muggle. And he'd,
Well,
have some white features.
he's probably just running a simulation.
Yeah.
The Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's the virgin story. That's
Is
what
it?
I just said. The Virgin Mary story.
Is it?
Well, now I don't think so, because you're messing with me.
It's not. The Immaculate Conception is actually not. It's about Mary's mom, not Mary having Jesus.
What are you talking about? You read it to me. You can't just come in and change Christian theology.
It's
and then
not.
just- and
It's
just
not.
sigh
It's
it
just.
off.
It's just a it's not. People don't know. They just they assume the Immaculate Conception is
It
Jesus.
says right here, the Immaculate Conception is a dogma of the Roman Catholic Church, which states that the Virgin Mary was free of original sin from the moment of her conception. Oh, of her conception.
Yeah, there it is.
So it's not about Jesus being conceived, is what you're saying.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that. Cool.
That's the Immaculate Conception Part 2.
Wait a second, though. The Roma, which states that the Virgin Mary was free of original sin. See, okay, that's why. We were raised Mormon. I'm serious.
Yeah,
We don't believe in the original sin. We believe that Mormons believe that you're punished for your own sins,
not for Adam's
which
transgression.
was the original sin. Right. So okay, that's why it's confusing to Mormons.
Yeah.
Which is the theology that I experienced for
Speaking
a long time.
of confusing to Mormons, today was another day in history
Okay.
that 10 years from now you'll look back and go, on August 2nd, SpaceX splashed down. Did you watch?
No, I didn't. I was gone.
You didn't watch?
I was gone. I just said I was gone.
You couldn't pull it up on your phone.
No, I was out of service. I was in the mountains for real. I was moving a body. I mean, it was
I thought you said you were at a service, and then when you said in the mountains, I'm like,
I was at a service in the mountains.
like, oh, okay. So today, Doug and Bob, right? Is it Bob? Doug.
Is it a morning show? SpaceX splashdown.
I see Doug. Where's astronauts?
Is it the astronauts that went up
Yeah.
in the Dragon, or
yeah.
the astronauts that were coming home?
No, it's the same guys.
So they were only up there for a couple weeks.
No, it's been 2 months.
Wow.
I know.
Fuck me, man.
I know. That is what I said. Like, what?
I wonder if they
went
asked,
up May 30th.
I wonder if they asked if they could stay.
That's
Like, we're
you know
watching
what?
the news. Do you think?
I said that in my dialogue to the TV earlier today. I did. I was like, I wonder if they're thinking they should have just stayed up there a little longer.
Right now, they are the only two people on Earth that we know are clean. That we know for sure are clean.
Yeah.
So we should probably quarantine them till this is over, because they could be the last two.
Don't they go into quarantine for
No, that was like with Apollo when they thought they might have alien.
alien DNA?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Maybe they do. Still.
I just had this feeling that something bad was going to happen, so that's why I
That's
watched.
horrible.
I'm just joking, but I did. I was like, with this year, something's bad is going to happen, but it didn't. Everything worked according to plan. The chutes opened.
So they got, what do they got, 5 shoots there?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's the first time we've had a splashdown in, I think they said 45 years.
Right, because we keep going backwards in technology.
Yeah, I know.
We have a glider. that's
Apparently,
able
Russia doesn't splash down; they land somehow.
Yeah, they have reverse.
Yeah. So what the heck?
Well, I don't think they have enough ocean. Like we're everywhere.
That's beside the point. If they can just land it,
I don't know. Maybe
it seems
like they don't trust our window in the atmosphere. They're like, no. We found a better window. But yeah, they have like the reverse thrusters, like when they're 20 feet from the
we
ground.
can land the rocket boosters, but for some reason we can't land.
Well, it's just safer. Because in the event that I wonder if these had reverse.
In the event that the chutes break, then
No.
you're you're going 500 miles per hour towards the water.
Even some of the splashdowns, I feel like I've seen them have reverse thrusters. Even then.
Not this one. This
This
one
one just
was
splashed.
the parachutes brought it down. I think they said to like 16 miles per hour.
16?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then they brace, and then it boom, just hits, and then the parachutes release automatically, and then
The
it
little
has
dye, the green dye come out? Or the floaters?
You know what was
the floaters
weird?
come out?
What was weird is that it's 2020, and all the camera shots look like they were.
Well, they're from like miles away.
Well,
Because the last thing you want
I know
is a cruising ship. Oh shit! It's about to land
But
right on
the,
us.
The ship was the boats are right there. Like I don't know. It was a bad shot. They didn't really get any
Imagine that.
good close-ups.
They're like, oh man, the chute's open great, and it just hit the ship.
oh, but they can't. It's not like they couldn't move the ship like a foot, 2 foot.
It could
I don't
happen.
know. Anyway,
I'm sure that's why.
Anyway. Apparently they have to. They said smell the capsule before they touch it or anything to make sure it's not toxic.
Really?
They kept saying that. I don't know if they meant actually.
So a diver gets out, is like,
That's, no,
and they see if he dies.
I assume they have some sort of machine, but they kept saying, They got to go up there with the fast boats and smell it. Like, what?
Who draws straws for who sniffs first?
Yeah,
Because if you pass out,
Well, that's no good. Good thing we sent in Private Johnson.
it was. Let's see if I remember right too. Going back to the space race, it was either Gus Grissom or Alan Shepard who, when they splashed down,
poop their pants.
they. No, this is when they changed the door.
Oh.
He blew the door off, and the capsule started to fill with water.
Oh yeah.
And he almost died.
But they didn't. Yeah, they didn't do that. They
Well,
actually
they changed it so the door no longer blows off. Even on Apollo.
No,
they
I
changed
know
it.
they put the whole capsule on the boat before they took him out.
Oh, really?
It took like an hour to get them out.
Yeah. They are very patient men.
Yeah, because they brought it up to the boat, and then they were like, there's some Tetrion readings that are off the charts, and the TFO is the something. And so then they all left and waited, and they had to, like, I don't know. Anyway, they said they had to purge it. I don't know what that means.
I remember I read astronaut Kelly's book, Endurance, and he said that space has a smell. Like when they come in from a spacewalk, their suits have a smell.
Ooh, weird.
Let's see. Definitely has a smell. This is a different astronaut. He carries a distinct odor of ozone, a faint, acrid smell. It smells a little like gunpowder. Space. That's crazy.
Well, that's just space right above our planet, though.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, on a spacewalk.
How can there be a smell if there's no...
I don't know. Molecules attach.
Space is very confusing.
It doesn't make any sense.
You know what is
it's
one
dark
thing?
matter.
One thing that's very disappointing about space travel is that movies have the best sound effects that come from movies are from space.
And there's no
And
sound.
if they were to do that in reality, it'd just be like,
I think wasn't it on I think it was on Gravity with Sandy Bullock.
Yeah.
That they had some explosions happen, and they followed that law.
Right.
There was no
right,
sound.
right. My question is, I should probably add this to my wheel of things, but if there's no sound and something explodes,
The sound would travel inside that explosion
Would
because
it?
there's air.
But could you hear it in the ship?
No, you'd probably feel the wave, and then the ship might rock. So you might hear that.
Okay.
Right? You might hear like of the ship rocking, or like the capsules twisting against each other. You know.
Right.
Anyway, back to these guys' patience.
Yeah.
When they docked with the space station, when they went up, they were don't.
Okay. No.
Okay.
No.
Wait. They
No.
were sitting in there for
No, I
like
know.
2 hours.
You segued this perfectly.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
So today they were talking about this, and they mentioned a
A certain I don't know what.
simulator that SpaceX had put out.
Wait,
It's
like a flight simulator?
yeah, an ISS docking simulator.
Oh, get out of here.
And so I've been playing this Star Trek game, and I was a little annoyed because the physics of the way you fly the ships is more like an airplane and less like a, flying in space. But after playing this today, I'm quite grateful. I'm quite grateful that it's dumbed down because this is freaking hard.
Is this what you were playing while we were setting up?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a Q, like a Q in the arrows? Is that? What
I
I'm
don't
doing?
know. Oh yeah. I just pressed the.
Oh, yep,
I was
it
just
is.
using my mouse.
It's like a. Oh man, what a nightmare!
So, but see,
Can't
there's.
they automate this?
That's exactly what I said. Why can't they just pick a point, like say go here, and then I don't know. It just seems like we have the
But
technology to do that.
Even after they docked,
Maybe they do. I don't know.
even after they docked, they sat there forever.
I know,
and that
I
dude took
know.
like 2 hours setting up the cameras to get the entry shot, the money shot. That does look like fun. What is this? ISS-sim.spacex.com. Okay, I'm gonna play that after the show.
I mean, look at the controls though. You've got so the controls on the right are basically what you'd use for an airplane, but then you have this whole other
right.
dimension there on the left where you actually shift the whole ship up and down, and
It's a gimbal.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's there's one of my favorite lines on Apollo 13 is when he's like, they're doing a burn, I think, to get out of the moon's gravity or to reorient themselves to Earth, and they flirt with gimbal lock.
Oh, right.
And Tom Hanks is like, I know I'm close to gimbal lock. I got the frapping 8-ball right in front of me. And I was like, what is gimbal lock? Do you know what gimbal lock is?
I feel like that's something I should know.
It's
from
when the
flight
axes
school.
like equal out to completely,
Uh-huh.
like every axis of the spacecraft, and you can't recover. There's no recovery. Like let me just Google it real quick, because I was like, how is that possible? You think you could just hit one thruster, right? Gimbal lock is the loss of 1 degree of freedom in a 3-dimensional 3-gimbal mechanism. They already lost me. When the axes of 2 of the 3 gimbals are driven into a parallel configuration, locking the system into rotation in a degenerate 2-dimensional space.
Oh.
Either way, it was dangerous.
I'm pretty sure that makes sense, right? Because, yeah.
So the spacecraft would just be spinning,
Yeah.
and they can't recover.
I guess that's
Now, if they were facing the Earth, it might be okay, right?
maybe.
But if they were toppling,
it probably wouldn't. You know how hard it is to re-enter? You can't just re-enter
that's what was so crazy about.
unless you're an alien Tic Tac chip.
That was what's so crazy about Apollo is that they had to recalculate
Right.
their re-entry sequence to make sure they hit the window.
Apollo 13 and that movie that came out last year, both super great.
What one?
Uh,
Did you watch the one with Brad Pitt? Just barely.
yeah, I watched it on
Where's
my
on the-
flight to...
that moon fight when they're on
Uh-huh.
the lunar rover. Somehow they're in the futures, but the rovers look the same.
Yeah, I know.
But they have a moon fight.
Right.
I'm like, dude, Call of Duty should have a map.
They
They have a moon map?
do? I know that there's a zombie level where you end up on the moon eventually.
A moon map would be legit. I mean, it'd be kind of Halo-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wondered about that scene. I was like, this is a cool freaking scene, except for they didn't advance the rovers
tell
past
you,
1972.
I know the guy that edited that movie.
That's cool.
He was on my tornado trip last year.
Right on.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Yeah.
What was the movie you were talking about?
With the hot guy,
Well, we just talked about Brad Pitt.
Ryan Goss.
Ryan Gosling. Oh, the one with the alien?
No, no. No, I'm just joking.
The one. Remember that one when they have like an organism that breaks out of the glass? Life. I think it's called Life.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Space movie.
It's about Apollo 11.
Oh yeah, First Man.
First Man.
It's more of a profile of Neil Armstrong
yeah,
than
but
it was about
it's
space.
really good though.
It is really good.
It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
It's super dramatic.
Yeah.
I was hoping
It
for more
is.
space sequences, but it's still cool
Yeah.
because I I love The Martian. I love Interstellar. I like the space sequences.
ID4.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So they splashed down today.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, and no one died, and they didn't get.
I cannot believe it's been 2 months.
I
seriously.
That's what they said. They were like, they're coming back down from their 2-month trip. Like, what? Get out of town! No way!
This weird, man. It feels like it's been. It feels like the last 2 months have been 4 years, but it feels like they've only been gone for a week.
Everyone keeps saying the year's going by slow, but I feel
I think it's
going by
fast.
super fast.
We're already past the midpoint.
And it's because we have nothing to do or look forward to, and it's just like...
I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's that phenomenon where the days feel like weeks and the weeks feel like days.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I don't... No, it's going by fast. We're past the midpoint.
I know. It's pretty much Christmas.
Which doesn't... this doesn't mean anything, because there's... Just because this year ends doesn't mean any of the shit that's happening is going to end.
Well, speaking of stuff that's happening, the other day, my we were having dinner at my mama my mom comes on Thursdays.
Do you have some grits?
Yeah, right now. Meatloaf. She comes on Thursdays to watch Nolan, my sister's child.
Is Nolan named after
Yes.
the Hall of Fame pitcher?
Yes,
Awesome.
basically.
Dude, that fight when he was like 45 years old was the best. Anyway.
Robbie
go ahead.
Ventura. Robin
Yeah.
Ventura. Robin?
I don't know.
Robin Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
Is,
no, that's
Oh.
that's Pet Detective.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, go ahead.
And I don't know how it happened, but we got into a political discussion, and my mom likes to hear what I have to say.
Does she really?
She does. She
Okay.
says she does. And I know I've changed her mind on quite a few things, but I just was not in the mood for it. And my sister got like, because I was saying, I don't know, I said something about how the U.S. is not the whole "we are the best country in the world" situation.
Yeah.
It's and that was brought about because one of my friends on Facebook posted something about Newsroom. The Newsroom. Did you?
Yeah. I
and
love
his
the Newsroom.
and his
yeah.
and how pertinent it is to now, even more than when it came out.
So many people snip that opening scene from the series,
Right.
where he goes over the stats of how we're not the best country in the world.
Right. And so my sister was yelling, and not yelling. She was just like, "Why do people come here?" And I'm like, "I just don't want." And I went downstairs, and I just kind of got emotional later, and I'm just like, I am burnt out, man.
Well,
I am burnt out on politics and everything. You cannot escape it at all.
Right.
And
You can. You just have to delete Facebook.
Well, delete Facebook, no news, and the issue I'm having with the kneeling and everything in sports is, I'm like, I support your cause, great, but man, I just wish I could watch basketball and not have to hear about someone saying, "I'm not watching the Jazz ever again."
So here, okay, that's my point, right?
Right.
You could have watched the Jazz game and just deleted Facebook, and you would have been
Right.
fine with their cause, because you do support the cause, and you wouldn't have heard the grumblings of the fans that are, they're never gonna watch them again until they're in the conference finals, and then they're the biggest Jazz fan that ever existed.
Right.
I love black people. I feel
Well,
ya. I
that
feel
was
ya.
and that was one of the arguments we were having is kneeling. You know, they're like, my mom was like, I just think it's disrespectful, and I was like, well, this is America. They have the right to do that. That's what people died for. And she's like, well, that's why they should stand up, because they died. And I'm like, I just gave up. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do it. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can thank the president for certainly tying the flag to the war in Afghanistan. I don't know. I have the utmost respect for troops, and but when I think of the flag, the national anthem is certainly a wartime song. It's absolutely a wartime
it's
song.
funny. I don't know why I stumbled into this the other day. I'm trying to think, but for some reason I listened to Australia's national anthem.
Right.
What was I doing? Anyway, I think I was applying for a V. No, it's not. It's all, Australia is so beautiful. It's so
Right.
pretty, great. We have cockatoos, and
Right.
here it's like, Don's really like, we were blowing the out of these people, but we were still there.
Which, like, I can appreciate.
It's great.
Right?
It's fine.
We kicked the British off our back, and then they came back.
Right.
And tried to take over. They burnt down the White House. And in that moment, Francis Scott Key's sitting in a boat, and he writes this poem.
Mm-hmm.
It turns into a song. It's
Right.
beautiful. It's
Right.
great.
Mhm.
Right? I don't see how. I don't know. I don't make the connection between just troops and the flag. Like,
Right.
I don't get it.
Also, I don't feel as if kneeling is disrespectful.
No.
People kneel to pray, right?
It's why do they do that?
Out
To
of
show
respect.
respect.
So
We should all be kneeling.
yeah, and so
Right.
I guess people should start standing to pray.
Standing.
Get off your knees! He died for your sins.
Yeah. I don't get it. I think when it comes down to it, they don't know how to argue the point against black equality, so instead they attack the act itself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? Like, instead of saying, I disagree, I think black people have all the same rights as white people and they're not oppressed, instead of saying that, because I think deep down they know that's not necessarily true, they say, well, it's attack on our troops.
Well, they just don't. I don't know. Like
This is not the first
my
time the flag has
sister,
been used.
my sister doesn't like. She just doesn't understand what Black Lives Matter wants, and I don't completely disagree with her. I'm like, or maybe more to the point of, I don't know what we can do.
I'll tell you. So, okay, listen. I can tell you exactly what Black Lives Matter Utah wants. Lex Scott from Black Lives Matter Utah quit her job. She's full-time working in that organization. It has no affiliation with the national organization. She's very clear about what she wants.
Uh-huh.
She wants statistics about who's pulled over in race.
Mm-hmm.
She wants stats about the race of the people who force is used against, the deadly force is used against. She wants stats on sentencing. She wants those things. She's very specific about what she wants. I understand that if you go to blacklivesmatter.com, you can get lost, right?
Right.
Go to blacklivesmatterutah.com. Because Lex's movement is taking off. She's in Portland right now. She's in Portland protesting.
The center of Civil War 3 or 2. I think that the people that haven't looked into it they just don't get it. They just don't understand.
Right. And I mean, you can make it even simpler. Black people don't want to be shot by the police anymore.
Yeah, I know, but it is. I don't know.
If you want to boil it down,
a little more complicated than that.
It is. But if they don't want to get into it, then they don't have a right to call it out.
Right.
If you don't want to get into the weeds of why they're doing it, then shut the fuck up about it. You don't get to talk about why they're doing it if you don't want to talk about why they're doing it.
Right.
Right.
And I think that there's just a certain big lack of empathy in regards to protesting, because the majority of people, I don't know if that's even factual, majority, but don't like protesting. They don't, or they've never had something that they were passionate enough about.
Yeah.
So
no, because we've had it very easy in America.
Right. And so I think that if they were like, if, say, my brother-in-law is a diesel mechanic, he loves diesel trucks, he's got like 6 of them. No, I'm just joking. He does have 2 right now, though. Yeah. If they were to say no more diesel trucks, we're banning diesel trucks, that period, that might be a big enough cause for him to take a knee during the national anthem or something, right?
That's very interesting.
And
because
so
it's come up.
Yeah. And so it's the lack of understanding, and I suffer from that too. And I don't think that there's anything that I've really been passionate enough about to
For
protest, except for when UTA wanted to change their name and branding. That pissed me off so bad.
Because they were embroiled in a scandal.
Yeah.
But the difference is that you are willing to say, I don't fully understand. And you're okay with that. Instead of saying, I don't understand, therefore I disagree, you say, I don't fully understand. And if someone wants to explain it to me and I feel like listening, great. But I'm not going to tell you how to protest.
Right.
The sit-ins that were done in the South, those were illegal. Those were against the law. There were laws on the books stating that black people could not be in those places.
Right.
They broke the law to do it.
Right.
And they disrespected the troops. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know how much. I think the most pertinent argument is if you were part of the movement, what would you do?
I don't know. I'm pretty lazy.
No, not you. People who say they shouldn't kneel, right?
Right.
They also say they shouldn't protest in the street. They shouldn't be out, surrounding the White House. They shouldn't be at the Capitol building. So what should they do? Let's say this was a cause you supported.
Right.
How do you get heard?
Yeah. I
thought it was a very quiet way for Colin to get heard.
I just wish that I thought this stuff when it's always after for me.
Yeah. Well, the movement's still alive and well. I understand wanting a break, though. I get that.
I'm just, I tried to watch baseball, and then I'm like, I don't want to. I listen to sports radio, and they're talking about it. And really, the only way to stay out of it is to watch old Simpsons episodes, which is what I've been doing.
I can say that I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Jazz play, but it was incredibly moving hearing Thurl Bailey crying.
Oh, was he?
He like Craig Bolerjack, the what's he called, play-by-play dude,
right,
for the Jazz, tried to throw it to Thurl. They're in different rooms because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
Saying, Thurl, how'd you feel about this? Because Craig is white. He wanted to see how Thurl felt, and Thurl's like, I'm sorry, I can't talk. He was crying. I'm like, I may not understand that, but I'm not going to tell Thurl Bailey he's wrong to feel that way.
Right.
He clearly has a feeling.
Right.
He clearly feels this way for a reason. Unless you think that all black people gathered together and said, let's claim that we've been treated differently.
Don't throw that out there. There's too many people that.
But But what my point is, let's claim that we're being treated differently and create a movement so we can get more.
Right.
And then when that backfires and they start getting treated worse, they continue to do it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Uh-uh.
You know? And like I said, it boils down to they don't want to be shot by police anymore. I shared a story on Facebook about a guy. Did you see the guy in Utah that pulled a gun on the family at the boat ramp?
Yeah.
Wouldn't obey police orders. They knew he had a gun. Wouldn't put his hands on his head. Taken into custody without incident.
That's surprising.
Hashtag what if he was black? That's what I posted.
I wish that we could run that scenario. I desperately wish
I do.
that was something that was possible.
I do too. But I honestly think that if we're being real, we don't have to. I think we know the answer. We've case
I
after
don't know.
case
It's-
after
yeah.
case. You know, maybe they don't shoot him, but maybe they tackle him and beat the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Instead of talking to this guy for how long? They waited until 5 police officers arrived to take him. They knew he had a gun.
They didn't send the dog?
They didn't send in the dog. He didn't scream. It turned out to be an airsoft gun, but the police didn't know that.
I've got a very realistic looking
Yes, you
airsoft
do.
gun.
When you pulled it out one time, I was like, shit, Spencer's about to kill me.
Looks straight from Iraq. Or whatever. Where are we fighting a war now?
Afghanistan.
Still?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk about this. We're on the topic. So the NBA's kneeling. Baseball's kneeling. Have you heard about what the NFL is doing?
All I know. Wait, I can't remember which commissioner was it. Sterling or wait, is it Sterling or Silver? Wait, who's the NBA commissioner?
Adam
Silver.
Silver.
And or the NFL commissioner said that maybe one of them said maybe we were wrong. It must have been the NFL.
The NFL
what's
definitely
his,
said.
I don't remember his name right now.
Goodell.
Goodell. Yeah.
Holy ads. Are you serious? I just want to read the story.
How do you think they pay for it?
USA Today. The NFL is going to be playing 2 anthems. And I wanted to get your take on this. They will be playing Lift Every Voice and Sing before each Week 1 game. And then they will be playing the national anthem afterwards. So this is Goodell vowed to listen and work with players in their fight for racial equality. NFL is in the process of solidifying plans to honor victims of systemic racism with a number of in-game programs during opening week of 2020 season. Starting with the nationally televised regular season, the Houston Texans and Kansas City Chiefs on September 10th, Lift Every Voice and Sing, also known as the Black National Anthem, will be performed before every Week 1 kickoff before the Star-Spangled Banner. Okay, so when I heard this at first, I thought that this was going to be like an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to play both anthems. Like you have a team from Canada and a team from America.
Right.
But now I'm seeing this, they're only playing it during Week 1.
Okay.
Okay, I actually don't feel... At first, my gut reaction, of course, was, that seems divisive.
Right?
That seems divisive.
That seems
Seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But I also accept the fact that I don't understand how they feel, just as you do.
Right.
So, but when I first heard this, it was from someone. It was Jake, actually, Jake Vockler, who's been on the show. He said they're playing the 2 anthems, and they do refer to it as the Black.
Vockler and his liberal agenda that he's trying to push.
So this kind of makes it different. They're just doing it during Week 1 to honor victims of systemic racism. Okay.
They should do it during halftime like they do during the World Series. During the World Series, they normally do the national anthem, and then in the middle, they do America the Beautiful.
Right. Yes. The 7th inning stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I say halftime?
You did say halftime. I was like, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
halftime in baseball. Okay. Well, I take it back. I was going to go in to say, like, how do you feel about this? But I don't really have a problem with that.
I guess, I don't know, man. That seems... I don't know.
I agree that they could do it during halftime.
I just think that to me it seems.
But then the players are in the locker room.
Yeah, I know. To me it just seems really divisive, and I think it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Well,
which I guess maybe that's the point. I don't know.
So I take it back. I don't find this divisive if it's simply a temporary. We're going to do this to honor the same, it's like a moment of silence
Yeah, I guess so.
right? If you held a moment of silence at the beginning of each game.
I just think that it's going to be usurping the anthem, isn't it? It's going first. It's like putting the Utah flag over the American flag.
I don't know. I don't know if there's really a protocol.
There's only
I
one
think it's-
state. There's only one state where the state flag can fly as high as the.
You say can, and the real thing is should. Like it you know what I mean? Should it?
But it can.
I understand that
legally.
Texas does it because Texans are whatever.
Well, I got to tell you, they have a Texas guard, and I'm kind of wishing that every state had a state guard instead of a national guard, or both. Anyway, carry on.
Does Texas have both?
Yeah.
They have a state guard
They
and
have
a
a
national
state
guard?
guard, yeah.
I thought the National Guard was the state guard.
No, they're different in Texas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Every state should have a state guard.
Yes.
Absolutely. No, anyway, I think my point, I think I've made my point. It's kind of like, it's like a moment of silence, you know?
Right now?
No. It would be. I always wondered, though, why did the anthem get incorporated into sporting
I
events?
think it actually has to do with commercials and such.
So they could play commercials
I
longer?
think so. Like, because it's not, it hasn't always been a thing. And
it's only televised during the playoffs.
not to
and now.
Not to sound but disruptive, but why? Why?
That's what I'm talking about.
Why
is the
like
national
why do we
anthem-
need to do that? Like we don't do that at the beginning of grocery shopping, like before you enter the store.
Like,
will you
shouldn't-
please rise?
Or like the big, like if it should be done any place, it should be done like at the beginning of the State of the Union address.
Right? Is it just so that we don't only hear it every 2 years during the Olympics?
Maybe it is weird when you think about it
It's
objectively.
only sports.
That's weird.
Only sports.
What's another place we gather?
It doesn't happen at concerts.
That's true. Concerts. There you go.
Before-
Although Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix did play it,
Okay, well,
but not any concert I've been to.
yeah, you go to Good Charlotte, and they're like, before we rock, can you take off your bandanas, hats, earrings, nose
Eyeliner.
rings, eyeliner, Jinko jeans, and
Jinkos. That's true. So concerts. What's another event like church?
a buffet.
Buffet.
Church. You don't do it before church. Not any church I've been to.
You don't do it at school. You say the pledge.
Do they still do that?
I think so.
I
I did. I think in high school it became like on Monday, you know?
Ah.
They get on the PA and we'd all do it.
Right.
If I remember right. I don't know.
I guess there's not a lot of other like any of the expos or Adobe
like-
Max, none
like
of
the
that.
car expo at the Southtown
Yeah.
at the freaking expo center. They don't.
Yeah.
They're like, we're about to get ready to open this thing. Would everybody please rise
Yeah.
and honor our nation? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about the jerseys and the NBA? There's like a list of
Oh.
25 things they could put on, like equality or
I
say
don't-
her name.
Whatever. Like I said, I don't know. I
I
just
do-
don't. I want to watch sports and not. But I guess that's the point.
That's the point. Is
But-
that they want to live in America and not be shot.
okay.
I'm being hyperbolic, but I mean
Hey.
it's fair, right? I think that's why they're doing it. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool.
I haven't
I
actually
did
watched
see-
a game yet.
I did see on Twitter, it was weeks ago, when I think the Utah Jazz were talking about putting Black Lives Matter on their floor. Now, of course, right now the NBA's playing only on 3 courts in Florida, but they were talking about putting it on the floor at the Energy Solutions Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And someone tweeted at the Jazz, if you do that, you'll lose a fan forever, or something like that. And Donovan Mitchell replied back with a waving emoji, like, see you later. I was like, hey, good for Donovan. You know what? I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. If it was a legit double anthem, I would kind of have an issue. Once again, still not understanding fully. But
Well, that's like a stand for the white anthem, stand
Yeah.
for the black anthem, or kneel, and the white people all kneel, and
It's
the
kinda-
black anthem.
yeah, I think that
know,
it's
man.
I understand that song is referred to as the Black National Anthem, but they didn't necessarily have to put that in the headline.
Yeah.
That's super like.
What? Who is it? What news is it?
Well, that was USA Today, but like I said, I think you could put that in the article, but unfortunately, there's a certain group of people who just read headlines.
Right.
And they're like, Black National Anthem in front of the National. No, come on, you know. Anyway.
It's something from Wakanda, or I don't know. Anyway. Something else I wanted to talk about to get your opinion on. Moving on from anthems and kneeling. Do you remember a couple years ago, Lauren McCluskey? It's almost been 2 years, I think.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. She was a University of Utah student who was killed by a stalker.
Yeah, it was an ex-boyfriend he lied to her about everything.
Yeah, and he borrowed a gun.
Right, which led to the slogan, guns are like fleshlights. Don't lend them out.
Do we have that on a T-shirt yet?
It's the next T-shirt we're making. And I got to work on the wording. It's going to be something
and
like...
the imagery, you know,
like,
I don't...
treat your gun like your fleshlight. Don't let a friend use it. Or something like that. Anyway.
But
after she had reported that she was afraid of him to campus police.
And we talked about this pretty in depth because the parents were suing the school, and I believe we discussed whether that was
couth.
Well, yeah, because I think what I was saying is, yes, they dropped the ball, but to what extent? What were they supposed to do? Like,
a lot of times
armed guard, 24 hours. Like what?
I think what happens a lot of times in these cases when a civilian is suing an organization civilly, the hope isn't necessarily for monetary relief. And if it is, it's to probably start an organization, right?
That is what they did.
But I think a lot of times it's to change something. In this case, there's a huge problem with the University of Utah police, and this probably happens on a lot of campuses, not working alongside the Salt Lake City police.
Right, that is true. Like, I'm not saying there's plenty of balls that were dropped,
Well,
and more has come out about,
like the detective sharing the pictures.
Right.
Yes.
Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about.
Okay.
The latest or the newest thing from this is the parents are going after the U again for a different reason.
So they already won one lawsuit, right? I'll look it up while you're going.
So. But this is they are suing to get Lauren's records from her counselor, her therapist.
Oh, okay.
Released. And the university says they're not going to do that because even though she's dead, they're still private. What do you think? Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know that I would want my therapy records released to my family members. Because you go to a therapist during dark times.
Right.
You say things like, what if in the record she's like, honestly, I hate my parents.
And I'm going to kill them. Yeah.
Like, I've been plotting their death for years.
Right.
I
think that I wonder if a precedent has been set here in terms of like a subpoena or a warrant.
You would think that this has to have come up before, right?
Because you can subpoena medical records, right? Let's take a break from the parents asking for it, and let's say law enforcement is asking for it, or a prosecutor. Let's say, or any attorney, any law organization. Let's say they were asking for it, and let's make it medical records and not therapy notes.
Let's not do that. Let's actually make it.
I want to work backwards because they can subpoena medical records.
Can they? I guess.
Let's look. I wish we had Ethan here and my dad, because my dad was a therapist. Can you?
I believe it's pronounced analrapist.
Medical records. Oh, the first one is in a divorce. That's awful. Subpoena allows you to request medical records to be delivered to the court by medical providers, custodian of records. So yeah, after the court reviews them for possible protected material under HIPAA, either party may inspect them or copy them. So a court official reviews them, redacts anything that might be protected under HIPAA, which could be a rabbit hole,
Right.
and then lets both sides review them as evidence.
And then it just says and
Yeah.
and I found
So that tells me that therapy records would be the same, that they could be subpoenaed. Now, if her parents are just suing to get them, do we know why?
they think, well, apparently she
To make
visited,
a case against the U more?
Yes. That's what they're
You know,
saying.
If you could prove negligence on the part of the therapist, then there's a case there. Absolutely. If you could prove it.
What would be negligence on the therapist?
If there's, I would, like I said, I'd have to ask my dad. But if there's a direct threat, usually that's if the person does. Like,
Right. Normally, if there's a threat to if you say that I'm gonna kill myself after this, then they have to report it.
or if you're going to kill someone,
Right.
or if you are in the you're
Right.
molesting someone,
Right. But if you're saying this guy's stalking me, I'm worried.
I'll call my dad in the break, and we'll find out. Here's the story though. Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, the counseling records have become the latest focal point, and how the U handled the case. They're separately suing for $56 million, so that's not been settled.
Mm.
That's on the police department, which did little to investigate her complaints. But her parents believe other school officials, including those in campus housing, were aware of. Oh, okay, so if she was talking to her therapist saying, and her therapist asked, "Did you tell someone in housing?" and she said yes, and the therapist took note of that, that's evidence against the housing department.
So I guess if they did go through it and redact, the hating parents and
Anything therapeutic,
right,
and just did
and
material
and
evidence.
they were just, then I guess I'd be okay with that happening to me. But I just
She went to the counselor the day of her death. That's what the parents believe. There does not to be appear any record of the school psychologist calling the police. Family suggests that points to negligence on the part of the counselor center to intervene to keep her safe when she was at risk of harm. Her parents also want to know if McCluskey told the counselor anything new about her concerns that hadn't already been relayed. So that's what I would want to know. If as a therapist, if someone came in your office and said, "I'm afraid my boyfriend's going to kill me,"
why doesn't you just settle this and just get it done, get
well,
it
they
out
could
of the news?
settle the cash part, but this is different.
Well, the whole reason it sounds like they're going after it is for more evidence to support their
That's true.
other case.
That's true.
Why doesn't
Touche.
you just settle this and be done with it?
I have no idea.
I mean, what are they? What are they?
I bet you they've tried. I bet you they've attempted to settle with an NDA, with a gag order.
Probably.
And the McCluskeys are like, hell no, that's not the point. The point isn't about money. The
Right.
point is to change this so it doesn't happen again.
Right.
We
right.
want to make sure that if another student comes to the counseling center and says my significant other is going to kill me, that measures are taken. On top of that, we want to make sure that there's no corruption in the police department. And on top of that, we'd like to make it so that the Salt Lake City police can be involved in university cases, right? Which is weird to me. That's super weird to me.
That
That
is
not.
always strange that they have. Didn't BYU just lose their police force
Yes.
because
They were enforcing the
honor code? That's right.
Yeah, they were enforcing the honor code, which I guess is illegal.
Yeah.
for a sworn peace officer to enforce laws that aren't.
Not only
Real?
am I taking you in for this meth, but also for masturbating. I'm going to tell the
Turns
honor.
out meth isn't in the honor code.
Yeah.
But you were beaten off, man. You would have just gone to jail. Now you're going to be kicked out of school. You had a case to stay in. Oh, no. I'll call my dad during the break. Don't let me forget.
All right.
Because I'm interested in that one.
Well, moving on. TikTok.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of talk about this video of doctors being removed. Have you seen it or heard about it?
Didn't we? Oh no, we were talking about that with Ethan, right?
Yeah, but not on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So doctors in front of the Supreme Court, I think, held a impromptu.
The Supreme Court, or was it a state Supreme
I
Court?
thought it was the Supreme Court. I can't. Anyway, they're on the steps of something, right? All in their white coats, and they're giving a speech about hydroxychloroquine. Turns out that they're all really kind of hacky doctors. Like, there's some really shady shit about some of them.
Uh-huh.
Like, one of them has been on record saying that venereal diseases are caused by having sex with demons in your sleep?
Well,
I mean, that's true.
It is.
It's true, but you shouldn't, you know.
I've told you the story about the penis festival in Japan, right? The steel phallus. There was a demon in her vagina, and it was biting guys' dicks off. They had to make a steel phallus.
Oh my gosh! Danny sent me a clip from The Simpsons where Homer has to have a threesome with, with death or with demons. Yeah, demon. And the demon's like, Homer's like, what do I have to do to make it so you don't kill my family? You know? And he's like, threesome. And Homer's like, me, Marge, and demon. And the demon's like, no, demon, you. And then they go into the room and they're like, we should establish a safe word. And they're like, okay, let's make it cinnamon. And Homer's like, ooh, I like cinnamon. And he throws, and it's like a camera in the room. So he throws his shirt over it so you can't see. And then like 2 seconds later, the demon's like, cinnamon. Anyway, that's beside the point. I was talking again with Jake Vockler about this.
Yeah.
And he had a problem with Twitter, Facebook, YouTube all removing this video of clearly nonsense about hydroxychloroquine because it was dangerous. It's not a cure. It can cause cardiac problems, right? First, let me ask you, how do you feel about them removing content that they think is false or dangerous?
Well, since they are a corporation,
they're a person.
According to Mitt Romney, that makes them people, so they have the right to do whatever they want.
Comes up twice a show. Yeah, and I did argue there is one precedent though that was set when the president first was put into office. He was blocking people on Twitter. And he went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court told him you can't do that because you have created a public forum on your feed. So you can't ban anyone. You can't block anyone from your public forum. Now, I don't think that ruling extended to all of Twitter as being a public forum. But besides that, I think the video should have been removed. It's dangerous. But besides that, Trump is threatening to ban TikTok from the entire country. Right.
He's not just threatening. He's saying he's going to do it like this
tomorrow.
week. Yeah.
So this is from Fox Business. Microsoft. Which leads to a bigger conspiracy. Bill Gates just needs to stay the fuck out of here, man. Like, people are already saying that you're trying to do some shit, you know?
Right.
Now he's trying to buy TikTok. But discussions come. President Trump is poised to issue an order that could ban the app.
Hold on. I just want to say something about Bill Gates real quick and billionaires. I believe a couple of years ago, Bill Gates created the pledge to give away their fortune when they die.
He and Warren?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Warren Buffett, yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Why not just do it now? What?
Because I think...
What?
Because it's harder to give away that much money than you think, I think.
Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, they could give everybody $1 million.
Yeah.
But then everything would go up in price.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I agree. I think you could get rid of it.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Isn't banning an entire social media platform a little scarier in terms of your rights?
They do it in countries all the time, like North Korea and China
and they're doing just
and Venezuela,
fine.
and their citizens seem great. Like, ask any North Korean how they feel about the great leader, and they will tell you they love the great leader.
I mean,
I can't wait till America's destroyed. You know,
all
that sort of stuff.
The only way to reach them is to slingshot a USB, and they answer it on the USB, then slingshot it back.
Right.
I think this is way scarier. Now, he's claiming that China is data mining, and I'm like, of course they're data mining. Everybody is.
So
what's
it's okay.
the difference?
It's okay for Facebook to hear me
And
pooping
Google.
and
then send you
me
toilet paper
ads to hear me go. Oh, it went right through.
We had
Charmin Stronger.
What was the one I talked about where I thought about something?
Oh, I remember.
I thought about it.
I can't remember.
And my Alexa read my mind.
Right.
And Bezos knew. So whatever. That's the argument. But here's the thing: is I connected a dot. Lex Scott, Black Lives Matter Utah, has a giant following on TikTok. The Black Lives Matter movement and other liberal movements are massive on TikTok. Now I can connect the dot. Go back to the Arab Spring 2011, I think. In Tunisia and Egypt, they were all using Twitter.
Right.
And what did the Tunisian government and the Egyptian government do? They shut down Twitter
Right.
so that people couldn't organize.
Right.
You see where I'm going with this?
Well, like I said, it works in.
It works, and they're turning out just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think this is a lot scarier than simply removing a debunked video. To ban an entire social media platform seems a little
Did you
sketchy.
see? I was on KSL. Mitt Romney's interview and how he said, he pretty much was like, said the Republican Party is not what it used to be. It's not the same party.
Right. No
my
shit.
party didn't support dictators and.
Right.
And he's like, he said, I don't know what's going to happen to this party.
It's dead.
Yeah,
It's dead after Trump. If Trump wins, okay, the Republican Party's maybe got another 4 years. But if he loses, the name will stick around.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to have to rebrand everything.
No, gay friendly.
Right, exactly. Yeah, now abortion. Right? I don't know, man. I agree. No, and that's why I like talking to Jake Vockler, because he is a true, like, traditional Republican.
Right.
He's not someone I have a problem with, is what I'm saying. You know?
No, yeah. Let me. I just want to play this Simpsons clip for you that I remembered.
Abortions for all.
So
gotta turn that
it's a Halloween episode,
Yeah.
and it's back when Bob Dole was running against Clinton,
Yeah.
and the aliens take control of the bodies of Bob Dole and Bill Clinton, and
Abortions for all.
that's Bob Dole.
Very well. No abortions for anyone. Abortions for some, miniature American flags for others.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Weird times, man. Let's move on to my Cybertruck that I ordered. Remember when I ordered the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to be made yet.
Well, isn't Elon revamping it?
Probably. Did you hear about this company, though? This is a giant ripoff.
I have heard about this company. I don't remember why I ran into it, but I thought that their name was interesting.
Interesting.
They're like, is Tesla taken? Oh, well,
How
let's
about his
do
first name?
Nikola.
Like, you could have done, like, Edison. Right?
Edison was a douche.
It's true. But, yeah, Nikola.
You're just mad because their truck looks way better than the Cybertruck.
I think their truck looks like a Toyota Tundra.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Way better than the Cybertruck.
Way to be original. Way to be original. No, it's a cool truck, to be honest. And they have two versions, one that's fully electric and then another one that's hydrogen.
Look at that. 0 to 60 in 2.9 sec. 906 horsepower.
Yeah.
Sweet Jahibis. That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, Cybertruck's better. But anyway,
Oh, they've got
no,
truck
they have
trucks
a
too.
hydrogen version. Hydrogen electric.
Ooh.
They can go like 600 miles on a charge.
Oh.
Something just bananas. So it's more expensive than a Cybertruck, and that was kind of Elon's whole point, was to, you know,
It's more expensive than a Cybertruck.
yeah, because the Cybertruck starts at 40. He wanted it to be low. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is called the Nikola Badger. It is a cool truck.
I would get this truck over
Fuel cell electric vehicle and then the battery electric vehicle. So this one starts at 60, whereas the Cybertruck starts at 40.
This looks so much better. The Cybertruck looks ridiculous.
sold out.
When you're looking at this now, the Cybertruck just looks stupid.
Well, everybody said the Cybertruck looks stupid.
I know.
I'm not saying it doesn't
I
look
just-
stupid.
I
I just
just-
don't care.
I just realized how stupid it looks.
I just don't
Ooh,
care.
look at the interior.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cool. What was the one that Amazon teamed up with Ford we talked about?
Crap. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from.
What that thing? Cybertruck.
From Halo 7.
I still like the aluminum body idea, so there's no frame.
Yeah, but
On the Cybertruck.
I'm pretty sure that's something Elon's getting rid of. Rivian.
Rivian, that's right. How do you spell it?
Rivian.
Let's pull up all three here.
There's
It looks like a Ford Ranger. which makes sense.
Looks like a Range Rover. The SUV looks like a Range Rover with weird lights.
You know what? That's like a cross between. It's that whole bar right there on the back. The tailgate has a whole bar of red. Makes it look like the Cybertruck a little bit. Ooh, look at that.
I think
that's cool.
Yeah, I think I'd still go with Nikola.
Well, you can spend the extra $20,000 to get one, and I'll get a Cybertruck, and then we'll go
race?
places.
I don't know.
No, it doesn't have. There's no competition here.
Wait, are they
We'll
not?
just have fun.
Are they not making any cars? Is it just a truck?
I think so. I just heard of these guys today.
I don't remember why I stumbled across them, but I was surprised that they had just chosen. I think I was looking at Teslas and, or I was looking at what Nikola Tesla did, and I don't remember.
He did a bunch of stuff like wireless power and stuff like that.
Yeah. Apparently he was way smarter than Edison.
Yeah.
You know what I decided the other day?
What's that?
Is that, you know how one thing that people say, they're like, he was such a great man. You know, when people say that about whomever. And I think there are no such things
as great men,
as a great man. Now, I think that there are men or women who are able to accomplish things that are great, but I also think that they were not behind it. Like they were in charge, maybe, but
give me an example.
Come on.
Well, you can't.
Okay.
General.
Well, this is kind of but let's say SpaceX. Let's say, you know, launching this into orbit. People will be like, Elon Musk is such a great man.
Oh, I see.
But all he did was fund it. You know, it wasn't his idea. And I'm pretty sure that's what Edison did. He stole a bunch of people's ideas.
Hang on. I agree with you about Edison. But I don't know if Elon just funded it. I think it was his idea.
Regardless,
and he funded it.
Maybe he funded it and drew some pictures.
I think he knows quite a bit about the science.
I'm sure, but he wasn't at launch control or in the rocket.
He delegates.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Okay.
He did a great thing. Okay, but
so what?
But he also had a weird affair with Johnny Depp's wife, and you know,
sure.
George Washington was a great man, but maybe not. You know, maybe he just was able to do great things.
Well, okay,
and he still owns slaves.
What then creates a great man?
I don't think there are. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there is a great man. I think there are, or woman.
A great person.
Great person. I just think that there are people who are able to accomplish great things. We all have flaws.
Mother Teresa.
And well, I don't. I'm sure she.
I'm sure she was a great woman.
I'm sure that she had a CD pass that we didn't know about.
Wait a second, but hear me out, because what you're saying is that there's no such thing as a great man or woman, because even if they do something great and change the world, they're still flawed. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, they're still flawed, and there's a whole team of people behind them that made it happen. It's not like George Washington single-handedly created the United States.
Right.
Or, you know...
he actually didn't really have... He fought the war.
It's not like Ruth Bader Ginsburg single-handedly does anything. She has a team behind her that helps her make decisions.
That you can't be a great person unless you do something all on your own?
No, I'm saying that you can't be a great person, period.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Because at first it was because they're flawed and some people do shitty things personally or otherwise. Right.
It's a little of both. It's what I'm saying. It's both.
But no one is not flawed, right?
Right.
So then the bar comes down, right?
I should have added this to my list of things that keep me up at night.
If the bar comes down for everyone because no one is perfect.
Yeah.
No, everyone makes mistakes.
Right.
So then the bar comes down. So what would then make someone great is being that flawed person that everyone else is, and then doing something better. Right? And changing the world for the better in some way. I'm not arguing for any one person in particular. I'm giving you a hypothetical that what you're saying is that no one can be great because they're flawed, but everyone is flawed. Therefore, whoever is flawed and can do more then becomes great.
Look, I didn't want this to be a math equation here.
It's not. But
it shouldn't be as confusing as time travel.
But you see my point?
Yeah.
You see, I mean, I understand what you're saying, that like if you, like, I don't think Elon Musk is just a venture capitalist. I think that he's a very smart guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think he knows. I think he has a hand in a lot of the design process.
Yeah, he's probably
and
kind of
the
like Rain
engineering.
Man.
Yeah, but that's Elon Musk.
Right.
You know, same thing. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Although Steve Jobs would be the first to admit that he didn't know everything about the tech, but
Yeah.
that he was a good leader.
And he was really hard to work for, apparently.
Right. Right. Anyway, we digress. I'm not saying that I can think of a great person. I don't know. Mother Teresa, like I said.
What did she even do?
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
I don't
That's
know.
a whole
I
episode.
don't know. Mother Teresa.
Gandhi.
You know, I'm sure that he has
I read his biography.
pissed somebody off at some point.
Well, yeah, he pissed off the British.
Well,
really bad.
There you go.
No, listen. Did you know?
Listen, pal, you seem like an honest guy. Is there any other deal that you can accept?
Three-way.
You, me, and Marge?
Demon, you.
I guess it's one of those things a dad has to do. Now, before we start, what's the safe word?
Cinnamon.
Ooh, I like that. Now, I'd like to try something new, if you don't mind.
Cinnamon.
I love it. I love it.
He says it right up.
Like to try something new.
Cinnamon.
Oh, man. Gandhi. I want to go back.
Dang it. I was hoping I threw away
No,
off here.
No, just because it was interesting. And I remember in his biography, I read just a short version, but he was having sex with his wife
Gandhi for dummies.
when his dad died, and that's when he vowed to become celibate.
That is stupid.
He was like upstairs having sex with his wife, and that's when his dad died, and he's like, I'm never doing that again. Because every time I do, someone dies. I don't know.
I remember when I vowed to be celibate.
Oh, man.
All right, we better take a break
Okay.
before we
say something.
cinnamon. I don't know. Anyway, when we come back, we have random headlines. I think they're better random headlines than I've had lately.
That's good.
I actually went out and looked for these instead of just well, yeah. Anyway. So when we come back, Mickey the Mouse, what's happening with bears?
Mickey
and
the Mouse.
Yeah, and would you return it or sell it? I don't know. Hard to say. Also, we will spin the wheel of things that keep Spencer up at night, and we'll even have Bryan take a look at the allsides.com stories of the week and see if he can figure out.
Left, right, center.
Yeah, you got it. When we come back, I don't know.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Sometimes that's louder than others.
Yeah, I know.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a hold of my dad.
Oh.
About the therapy records.
Okay.
I'll find out, though, and hopefully put it in the notes. No, this is a Black Lives Matter, and actually this is a white kid. Announcement for
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
You heard of Zane James?
No.
He's a 19-year-old boy, man, whatever. I find that word makes a lot of difference sometimes when the news uses it. But anyway, 19-year-old man was shot twice in 2018 by an off-duty officer who was on his way to work when he spotted the teen fleeing on a dirt bike from allegedly committing 2 armed robberies in the Sandy area. Sim Gill, the district attorney, ruled the officer's use of deadly force was justified. However, their attorney strongly opposed that ruling. He used a toy gun. He crashed his motorbike he was riding, which caused him serious injury. He then tried to flee on foot, which was when the Cottonwood Heights police officer shot Zane, who the family says did not have a weapon in his hands and posed no immediate threat. Okay, so that happened. They're suing the police in Cottonwood Heights, right?
Uh-huh.
Black Lives Matter and police reform protesters were just in Cottonwood Heights an hour ago. This is August 2nd today. Protesting. And I just happened upon a video on the Black Lives Matter Utah page on Facebook of a councilwoman. I just forgot her name. Anyway, a councilwoman, I believe, for Cottonwood Heights, was protesting and was punched in the throat by a police officer. And the last update she gave was that she was being sent to the hospital to get a CT. She went to an Instacare to get a CT of her throat. And she was also gassed. She saw Zane's dad get sprayed with pepper spray. And so the police in Cottonwood Heights went a little militant here. Long story short, or Tally Bruce is her name. Long story short, Lex Scott, leader of Black Lives Matter Utah, she's in Portland right now protesting, but she just vowed to have a protest in Cottonwood Heights when she gets back because they arrested 8 people. Now, people should know, Cottonwood Heights is a very well-to-do community, mostly white.
As opposed to where in Utah that's not mostly
I should say Cottonwood Heights is probably all white. But so Lex posted like, you know this happened because there were black people there, which is, I'm just saying what Lex said. Anyway, I follow her lead because she's doing cool things. That's the breaking news. So maybe Spencer and I will go to that protest.
Whoa, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even. Dang it! We were saying that with the logo on the screen the whole time. That's okay. I forgot to transition.
Oh my gosh, how embarrassing!
That's so fucking embarrassing.
Wow. Okay.
Interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you
We'll
these
just.
random headlines.
Spencer, I have some breaking news. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, go. No.
What's your random headlines?
Rhode Island state officials said a technical glitch was to blame for 176 tax refund checks. Who gets their tax return mailed to them? Being mailed out bearing the signature of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney.
That's awesome.
Jade Borgeson. Sorry.
You like his name?
Yeah. Chief of Staff for the Rhode Island Department of Revenue confirmed the checks were mailed out this week with the signature of Walt Disney and his most famous cartoon creation instead of Rhode Island General Treasurer Seth Magaziner. What is with these names?
I don't know. They're
This is
Rhode
like
Islanders.
Rhode Island people.
Why does someone have?
Okay, yeah. There's got to be more to this story, right?
Someone just has a PNG of Mickey Mouse's signature sitting around on their computer.
Here's the quote from Borgeson. As a result of a technical error in the Division of Taxation's automated refund check printing system, okay, what? What? There's more. There's more. You can't just say a technical error.
This is the same
It's
as
not
the Jets drawing a penis in the air.
Right.
It was clearly on purpose.
A technical error? Like, Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney, they're in our signature system in case we need to, forge their signature on something. Or
Yeah.
So, what? There's more to this. I need to know.
Gotta be more.
I need to know what else happened, Rhode Island. This is ridiculous.
No, well, I think we know what happened.
Do you think it's a joke, or do you think
Yes.
someone's stupid?
No, I think it's a joke.
This will be real funny. Mickey the Mouse, Walt Disney.
Mickey the Mouse. Why is it Mickey the Mouse?
I don't know. I can't.
Is that just
remember.
you saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like
I feel
the
like it's
signature
from
says
Family Guy or something.
Mickey the Mouse.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I got to send you this link real quick. Now,
Okay.
if you'll remember, last week I showed you a video.
Wait. From Bang Bros or?
No. Of a bear picking up a traffic cone
Yes.
that it had just.
doing his civic duty.
Right. So I don't know what's going on with bears right now. Okay. But a Florida man shared security cam footage of a bear wheeling around his trash can before spilling it onto his lawn. So, initially it seems like the bear is doing the man a favor by wheeling it back up the curb here.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at him go.
I'm just
What
saying.
is he, maybe like 5 feet tall?
He's a pretty tall bear.
His head's over the can.
And then he's like, all right, screw this. I'm getting in. It's the recycling bear. There's nothing in there.
He was hiding behind something.
So what is going on with bears? Should we be worried about them in addition to pigs?
Absolutely.
How
we
many?
should.
How many? Who kills more, your bears or pigs? Oh man,
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm gonna have
That's
to
an
look up
interesting
those
stat.
stats.
Yeah,
How many people a year die by pig?
look it up. I'm gonna guess that more people are killed by pigs,
Probably
by boar.
because they don't expect it.
Yeah, well, and
Ah.
they're more prevalent.
Wow, there's a website. Number of people killed by animals each year in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Whew, exciting. Where's the list? Come on, don't give me. You know when you click on something, you think there's just going to be a straightforward list,
Yeah.
but then it's a whole freaking article, and they want you to read through the whole thing to pick out the information. That is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
It fills me with rage. All right, top 3 animals responsible for death
No, I don't want
are
to know that. I just want to know pigs.
farm
versus-
animals, hornets, and dogs.
So a pig.
It's a farm animal.
Farm animal.
It doesn't say anything about bears.
That's not a farm animal.
No.
I mean, if you farmed bears, that's fantastic. But I don't think anybody does
The
that.
animals that are most likely to kill you this summer. Coming this summer. Death by sharks, alligators, and bears. Oh, bears only kill 1 person per year. Spiders kill 7. Snakes kill 6. Ew, spiders kill 7? I'm creeped out.
Yeah.
I had a big spider in the bathroom the other day, and I let it live.
You always let him live. Did you use your
I
little
didn't.
picker-upper?
I just let him live.
Oh, you didn't even
He
touch
could
him.
still be in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Cows kill 20 people a year.
Remember that video of that elephant that sits on that guy's head? His head goes in his butt?
Oh, man, bees and wasps.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, sorry. So yeah, bears and pigs are taking over the world, and Mickey the Mouse is signing checks. You know, if Mickey the Mouse and Walt Disney are signing checks, they could afford a lot more than a refund. Just saying. All right, I just sent you another link here.
Okay.
Crap. That's not what I wanted. Oh, crap. Crap.
Oh, you
crap.
just sent me what we were looking at.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, I got it back up.
Okay.
Which is actually fits into the story quite well here. The headline is perfect for this. It's quite funny. Woman arouses the internet by accidentally buying a phallic cutting board.
Okay.
Now, we may have to blur this.
What the?
Now, according to this story, this is not supposed to be there.
What? It just, is it a rubbing?
So this woman wanted a marble cutting board,
Okay.
and she bought it on Amazon.
Okay.
And on the ad,
Was it made by Disney? Because this is something they would do.
there is nothing on the ad that would indicate that there will be a penis on it.
Okay, there's the ad there.
Lily's Home Kitchen Cutting Board, 2-piece with handles.
I bet they're sold out now.
Yeah, I know. And a marble finish, BPA free. So apparently, this is a complete accident, which I don't buy.
I don't buy that at all.
Because that is clearly a man's penis.
That is so
Now, I don't know how
accurate.
fossilization works, but if this is marble, do you think someone with a giant penis died and then,
aroused.
Yeah. And then maybe an atomic bomb went off or something and
The shadow.
Yeah.
It's the shadow.
It's the shadow of his wang.
Yeah, it was the Flash. He was near the Flash holding a piece of marble.
It's so veiny.
It's veiny. It's if you're watching this later, why are you looking at it sideways?
It's just big, man. It's.
I mean, how big is this cutting board? We don't have any scale here. What is that?
Hmm.
What's that right there?
That's a pocket knife. It looks like.
I just don't have any scale as to how big this cutting board is. Does this say right here?
Her cocky cutting board went viral. Oh my gosh, this is full of puns. After her friend tweeted a picture of it. So apparently she's been getting offers to buy it.
Oh yeah.
And apparently she's not going to get rid of it. Now here's my question: if you receive this in the mail,
Yeah.
would you A, return it, B, keep it, or C, sell it?
I would sell it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know how much the offers are, but even if it was
like $1 more than what you paid for it.
It was yeah. I'd take the highest. I put it on eBay.
I want to know. See, I was thinking you were going to say, like, she got it wet and this appeared.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Someone packaged this.
Right?
That
I don't know. If this is actually marble, it doesn't make any sense.
like, someone picked this, wrapped it in plastic, put it in a box.
Well, it's definitely not from China.
It's terrible. But accurate.
They make a lot of cutting boards in the African countries because that
I couldn't tell if it was circumcised.
is sizable. That is a sizable.
We might need to blur that. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. It's art. It's art, right?
No, that's a penis
On a cutting board.
on a cutting board.
It's not framed. It's not hanging in a museum. Oh, those are okay. Anyway, that's that's obviously someone somehow found a way. It's like acid etched.
Oh, that's got to be what it is.
Yep, acid etched.
I wonder whose it is. I want to know the person.
It could just be, just created. It doesn't have to
I
necessarily.
don't know, man. It's got lots of veins and it looks like a drawing. That's what it really looks like.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Someone just drew.
Yeah.
Maybe they drew their
That'd be hard.
what they wanted it to look
Ah. So, are we diving back into transgender sports?
like. Oh well, yes. Because I asked an athlete I know,
Wait,
a college athlete.
are you asking me a question here or is this somewhere else?
That's somewhere else.
Oh, my bad.
So
I just ruined it.
last week we asked about. Spencer asked me how I felt about transgender women playing in women's sports. So someone born a man, becomes a woman, playing in women's sports.
Right.
And once again, something that we don't understand, but that we're not going to call out necessarily. We don't have the answer. Spencer and I here in the studio don't have the answer.
Well, we do. It's just on the other side of the room.
Yeah, I don't want to get it. But so I have in my family, my sister-in-law, friend of the show, she plays volleyball in college.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that could change things, right? Men's volleyball, women's volleyball are very different.
Right.
I mean, same game. You know what I'm saying. So I asked her, I said, first of all, did you listen to last week's episode? And if you didn't, that's just rude. But if so, what's your take on transgender women playing volleyball? And she said...
You mean softball? You said softball in the beginning.
I don't think I did, but regardless, it's volleyball.
You know what? We are going to stop and...
No. Either way, it's volleyball. Volleyball. She said, just like we said, of course she agrees with us. I mean, everybody does. It's a super sensitive topic. I want transgender women to be treated fairly as women. However, I don't think that it's necessarily fair to have transgender women competing in women's sports. Whether or not people like it, transgender women have a much greater advantage, and honestly, I'm not sure how you would fix this problem. It's not really an update. I'm just telling you from the voice of an athlete. Even the athletes are like,
something we didn't really say last time is what if, I've seen some pretty lanky, skinny, muscleless men. What if they decided to have the operation? It's just, there's too much, They're
going to have to start like weighing people, testing their hormones, like weightlifting. And then they're going to like lift less on purpose,
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I just thought it would be interesting to get someone's take who's an athlete. Because
Right.
neither of us are right now.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to say?
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Okay.
That's it, yeah. But I can ask you a question.
You're gonna ask me a question?
Yeah. Do you think that luck is real?
Ooh. Well, I don't. Yes and no. Well, there comes a time when
It's a special hug.
I don't know that people. Well, sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's it. That's it.
Was that the question?
That was the question. I was playing a game with some friends called I Dissent. It's a party game where you've given a question. It's like you're on the Supreme Court.
Right.
And that was the question. Do you believe that luck is real? Eventually it became it was a semantics argument about the definition of luck.
Right.
I'm with you. I think that luck is very real, but I watch things that happen to people, both good and bad, and there's no other explanation for it.
Right. But, I mean, when you say it's real, like it's some sort of a force?
No,
or
not
like
necessarily.
people
People get lucky.
They just, for some reason, they just...
Right. They just get lucky.
They just
It's like
manage...
the example I kept using when we were talking was the lottery, right? You just...
Yeah, but that just because someone wins the lottery once doesn't mean that they're a lucky person, though.
No. I didn't.
I'm talking about
lucky.
someone that just
No.
like all celebrities, luck.
Sure, I see what you're saying. No, and I'm just asking generally. You could get lucky just once. You could get bad lucky just once. So you're struck by lightning.
That's me. The bad lucky, not once though. It's,
consistently.
yeah.
Anyway, no, we don't have to get in the weeds because mostly it's semantics. But I think that luck is real in terms of like I said, not that it's something that can be influenced. That was another thing that came up. Like it's not superstition. That's a different thing.
Influenced.
I'm just saying, like there are people who are just lucky. Celebrities, good example.
Yeah, because to become a celebrity, you have to know somebody, and it's luck that you know that person.
Right.
And have we ever talked about this? How many celebrities?
The sad thing is, you and I had a great relationship with Harvey Weinstein.
Like great,
Yeah.
like cinnamon great.
Cinnamon. What were you gonna say?
How many celebrities? Almost all of them have some other famous relative,
Sure.
Like,
and that's not to
even
say
obscure.
that's not to say they don't work hard.
Yeah.
But a lot of people move to LA and New York and work hard
and don't
and
make
don't
it.
make it. Like there's a lot of really good musicians,
Yeah,
that don't make it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
like us.
yeah, like
Well,
us.
I wouldn't say we're really good. but-
Rejected Takeoff. New song out.
Oh yeah, writing's on the wall.
Yep.
All right. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Now that's a
Ooh.
COVID cough right there.
No, I was a
Good thing
choke
we're
on-
in different rooms.
I farted a little when I coughed. Anyway. Okay. So, before we end, we got two things we got to do here.
Okay.
First of all, I have 3 new headlines from allsides.com.
Oh yes. This is when I get to just relax and clear my head and guess left, right, center.
Okay. Now, here is good. Here is the story. I think you should guess.
This is a headline, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
should guess. You should guess which side and which news organization.
Okay. That should be interesting.
Okay.
This, and if I remember right, these guys didn't include like InfoWars.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Trump administration to increase immigration fees, impose fee for asylum claims.
Left, right, or center. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say left.
Man, you have you got any of them right yet?
No, and therein lies the problem.
To be fair,
Can I tell you why?
huh?
Because I saw this news headline on AP,
Uh-huh.
and the reason I thought they were going left is because my understanding is it wasn't just for asylum seekers; it was for all immigrants. And so I thought that the left might throw in asylum to try and get some.
I agree. I was a little. To be fair, all 3 of these aren't too far off. So the left one just says U.S. to raise nationalization application fees by $500, and the center says U.S. to raise cost for citizen application imposed fee for asylum. So they're all pretty the same.
So those two include asylum. Interesting.
The left
Okay.
doesn't though. The
Yeah,
left is real quick,
doesn't.
and that is from CNN.
Yeah. Okay.
So if anyone's gonna skew it, it's gonna be CNN. So that's pretty. Now, all right, this is something we talked about earlier. Exclusive. TikTok's Chinese owner offers to forgo stake to clinch U.S. deal. Sources. Deal. U.S. deal. Let's just say deal.
Sources. I think that's left.
Oh my gosh, you are correct.
That's freaking epic.
I forgot.
And
I
that's
had
it,
this.
everybody. We're gonna go.
Oh yes. The right says Microsoft shares do a little jig on possible TikTok acquisition.
It's a little jig.
Yeah.
Because it's pun. Because TikTok, people do dance.
Oh, I've never. I don't.
It's a lot of dancing.
I've never.
It's a lot of jigs.
Never been on TikTok.
Oh, it's a lot of jigs.
Because the Chinese.
Right. I don't want them to know my name.
The right says Microsoft shares do a little. Oh no, the center. Trump says he'll act to ban TikTok in U.S. as soon as Saturday.
So he doesn't even mention the Microsoft or the shares.
And that's from AP.
Okay.
Right was Market Watch. Left is New York Times.
See, that was the headline I got, was that he's going to ban it. It wasn't until we sat down to do this episode that I saw that Microsoft had an offer on the table.
Right. Congress leaves town without a coronavirus. Oh, those bastards, really? Congress leaves town without a coronavirus stimulus deal, allowing $600 unemployment to. I don't see the rest of the story.
To expire?
To expire, yeah. Yeah, benefits, expire.
Left.
No, that is actually the center.
Oh, see, that's confusing.
Yeah. Left is $600 a week unemployment benefits expire, posing fresh danger to Trump's reelection.
That's why I went left, because they were like, oh, see, I would have got that one for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then the right, Mark Meadows slams Democrats. See, these are for rejecting offers to extend it. See, this is one that's pretty. The others were pretty hard, but these are pretty cut and dry.
Read that one again from the right.
Mark Meadows slams Democrats for rejecting offers to extend unemployment.
Right, it's all the Democrats' fault.
Right.
Not saying it's not, but that's just funny that you put that in your headline.
So left was NBC News, center was USA Today, and right was New York Post.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy, huh?
1 for 3. I'll take it. Just that's why I keep the AP on my phone until I start getting these right. I got to get like 3 weeks in a row right, and then I'll turn on other news. No, I just keep the AP on.
That's funny.
Anyway.
All right, our last segment of the day, if you want to pull it up. We introduced it last week.
Boing.
I wanted to get new music for this, but I'll just do this one again. I wanted game show music, but I couldn't find any.
This isn't even close.
I know. Hold on. Oh, there's French music.
This is like a funeral. This is the storytelling music.
You're right.
You can't have both of them playing.
I know. I'm trying to stop.
There's a cacophony. I can't take it.
I forgot where to stop. Okay. How
about I just spin the wheel? What are we?
No,
what is
I want
this, though?
the music. I had it somewhere.
This is a new segment.
All right. Anyway, this is we rolled it out last week. It is this is what I was looking for earlier. Gotta move that one.
That's the longest, loudest
I do that a lot. I sometimes take them out. Okay, so these are crazy things that Spencer thinks about at night.
If you're on screen, we have a wheel that we'll spin to give us a topic of things that keep Spencer up.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
I don't know.
All right. Spin it. Boom.
Where's the sound?
I don't know.
It shouldn't count. It's all right.
Colors. Colors? There's a question mark after it.
Colors.
Colors?
All right.
You don't want to talk about this one?
No, it's
Okay.
fine. I'm just disappointed because there's better ones. Okay. Anyway.
We'll get there.
All right. So the other night, I'm sitting there thinking, my favorite color is orange, right?
Yeah.
I know what orange looks like. It's reddish, yellowish, orange, right?
Right. It's orangish. Yeah.
But there's absolutely no way for me to tell that you see orange the same way that I do.
Yeah.
For all I know, you could see orange as blue.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could tell.
That's why all of us really like the same color. See?
Oh my
See what I did there?
gosh.
Yep.
Our favorite colors are all the same.
I've thought the same thing about taste.
Oh, I know. That's true. Because people have different tastes, right?
Right.
But
Maybe tuna tastes like chicken to you, but tastes like tuna to me.
But the only problem is there must be something that generally tastes good because we have an obesity problem in the United States.
Right. It's soy beef. Yeah. But I thought about that, and I want to look into that, see if there's some way to study, because the spectrum is always the same,
Right.
But it's all about perception. I don't know.
Right.
I got to dig in.
So, you think, oh no, that's easy. You could just describe the color, but how do you describe?
It's reddish orange, but
How do
reddish
you-
or yellow. But then you're like,
Yeah,
But that
there's
could
no
be
way.
bluish green
There's
to
no way
you.
to describe a color without using either other colors. You could say, well, it's darker.
that would
What?
maybe give you a range,
Sort
right?
of?
like canary yellow.
But dark red?
No. Yeah. Like canary yellow compared to dark red, just the law of physics. One's going to be brighter.
Right.
So that one, okay, we can narrow it down between those two categories.
Even then, no.
Yeah, taste, smells, any perception really.
That's so
Like
weird.
what if felt like sandpaper to you?
Well, it actually, it's not soft. I mean,
And I don't know.
what is soft? Oh man.
What is soft? That one kept you up though.
No, I just actually threw that in there today because I thought of it. It's not one of the ones that actually kept me up.
Well, we will take it off and we'll spin the wheel next week.
Oh, there's some good ones on there, man.
Yep.
Sizable Aliens, Gene Roddenberry. Oh man, Human Evolution. That's the one I really want to get to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess.
Did you do Guess Which Wing? What is that?
Sorry. What?
Guess Which Wing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
just
wing.
did
The
that.
news. I was thinking news. When you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
wing, I think
well,
airplane
well,
because
yeah.
that's you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Oh.
That's it, guy.
Did you see all the losses that the airlines posted?
No.
Delta lost $40 billion.
Does that mean they're $40 billion in the red?
Yeah, that means
Or-
they burn cash every day.
They burned 40
Not-
million.
Not every day, but
Because sometimes companies refer to like what they lost 40 billion, meaning they earned 40 billion less than they did the year before, but they still earned.
no, they are burning cash. Like my airline, SkyWest, is burning $1 million a day.
Oh my gosh.
Burning, gone, and that's nothing compared to the majors.
Yeah.
So
Where's it coming from? Like, where do they get the money? The government? Are we bailing them out?
well, what do you mean? To pay employees?
They're burning that cash. How much liquid cash do they have sitting around?
Oh,
Are they getting loans on planes? Loans
They-
on infrastructure?
well, yeah.
I don't
well,
understand how that works.
My airline had assets saved and various
That's
other,
a lot, you know?
and they are still making some money. So I don't know.
But, if last quarter Delta burned $40 billion, how much do they have liquid? I bet you were bailing them out.
With the CARES, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
need
how it
to
works.
look. I need to look more into
I
that.
don't know
I'm
how
not
it works.
sure.
It's all fake. It doesn't matter
Actually,
anyway.
It's all a simulation.
Right. Anyway, find us at the Arctic Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or thearcticpodcast.com. We will be posting this video stream to Facebook and YouTube for episode 92. I'm Brian.
I am 10:30. It's 10:30. I'm Spencer. See you next time.